Okay, this is the course content. You can go through that. This is the course content. We are going to see history of that and installation and engines, table space management, user management, logs, backups. What is meant by Parkour server? I will let you know, because Parkour server is booming right now. What is meant by Parkour server? I will tell you. And performance tuning like partitions, partition tables, multiple instances, how we can able to install. This is the DBA role, MySQL DBA role, what it is doing. And scalability, replication. We have high availability concepts like replication, master, 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 slave, multi-master, performance tuning, all those things we have. Okay, InnoDB structure, what is meant by InnoDB, and what is the differences between InnoDB and MyISM. So many things are there to discuss. Okay, fine. Today, MySQL DBA, we are going to see that. We know about MySQL. MySQL is a database, open source database. First of all, this is an open source database you can use in production. Open source DB. We know that multiple databases are there in the market. What are the databases we have in the market? Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL Server, Postgres, Teradata, Infomix, Sybase, SQLite. Like this, plenty of databases are there. I repeat once again, Oracle, Oracle DB, Microsoft SQL Server, okay, Teradata, Sybase, IBM DB2, SQLite, SAP. We have SAP HANA. It's something like a database only.
And Aurora?
Aurora, I'll tell you that. Aurora is not a, that is a MySQL flavor. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. MariaDB also, right?
I will tell you, MariaDB also, it's not a separate database. I will tell you that MariaDB, Aurora, and all comes under MySQL Server only. What you are saying?
Cognizant?
1 minute. MariaDB.
MySQL and MariaDB both are same, right?
Yes. And Parkour, Aurora, these are all comes under same flavor. Okay, I'll tell you. These are the databases we have. Sybase, Teradata, Infomix also one of the Infomix, Postgres. Okay, in the market, open source, topmost databases I can say Oracle database and SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. These two databases are the market in the current situation. Okay, past 15 years also Oracle database, SQL Server, but most of the companies are using Oracle database as of now. And some companies who are using .NET applications are there. They are using Microsoft SQL Server. Some people are using very older days. You guys have been heard about mainframes. If you are going with mainframes, they are using DB2, IBM DB2. They are using. Okay, like that we have. Now, because if you go with Oracle database, if you want to go with Oracle database, application cost is, database cost is very high, approximately $5,000. If you go with say SQL Server, it will cost $3,000 per subscription or something like that. They have been given some offers like, but very costly. if I want to, some companies, they are not going with Oracle database, Microsoft SQL Server. Why? Because of if you want to build one application, you want to how the people or companies are approaching the database cost and all those things. For example, phone pay is there. Example, phone pay company is there. They want to build the application. They can use Java. Means they need to spend some $2,000 or 2,000 something dollars or something plus. If they want to go with Oracle database, $5,000. Okay, then development charges, means for developers they need to pay, right? For them, salaries and all those things, $5,000. Totally, they required for around $12,000 they need to spend for that. Okay, like this they'll be calculating nowadays. That is the reason now people are going with open source databases like MySQL Server or Postgres. I'll tell you what is meant by Aurora and all those things. I'll tell you MariaDB. Okay, like this they are going. Now same phone pay, if they go with Java, Java they are not using. Some cases they are going with PHP. Okay, if they go with PHP, it is completely free. And if they go with MySQL Server, it is completely free. Then how much they can, development charges 5,000, that is common. Only with $5,000 they can able to build the application, phone pay application. Like this, multiple companies are looking like this only. And that is the reason if you go with MySQL Server DBA and Postgres DBA, which company they're offering phone pay, like Book My Show, okay, Redbus, Abibus, and Zomato, Swiggy, these companies completely they are using MySQL Server and Postgre only. Maybe Oracle might be there, SQL Server might be there, but most of the databases are in MySQL Server and Postgres only. Okay, why? Because of completely free, almost all features you can able to get it in free editions. That is the reason. If financial related things, that is different case. You know that. You know some banks, HSBC, DBS. Okay, DBS Bank also is there. Recently in TVs also they are giving ad. Okay, they are using MariaDB Enterprise Editions. Why? Because of, I know one of my student is there. Okay, that is the reason. Some companies, if you go with financial related domains, they are using Enterprise Editions. Okay, enterprise means you need to buy some money and you can buy that. Okay, that is the reason MySQL Server and Postgre is the huge market. As of now, MySQL Server is the huge market in the IT. Okay, in coming years, so next year or coming years, Postgre also. Why? Because of, you may get some question, why? I'll tell you, MariaDB, Parkour, all those things. Why? For example, some companies are using Oracle DB. They need to renewal every year. They need to renew. Why? See, for example, you guys are been, some people are there, non-IT background also. For them also I'm teaching. For example, Oracle database they're using from past 15 years. Okay, they need to, every year they need to renew. Like we have Prime, right? Prime or Hotstar or something. We need to, every year you need to renew some amount. Here also same case, you need to renew. For that reason, every year $5,000, it's not $5,000. Example, I'm saying in our company, we have 10G, 11G softwares is there. Every year we need to renew with 200 some pounds, something pounds we need to renew, because I'm supporting for UK region. That is the reason. In that case, that is very hard Every year we need to spend money means nobody won't accept, right? See, for example, banking projects means, okay, they get money, huge money, that should be secure, then you can go with that. But companies are some simple companies also, without any financial related also, so many companies are there. For example, Marker and Spencer, Walmart, and if you come to Flipkart, Alibaba, so many companies are there, right? A number of companies are there. They are not going with, they display the products. Okay. In that case, Oracle is very pain for them. For these people migrating with Postgres. Oracle big competitor is Postgres. Oracle big competitor is Postgres. Some companies are using SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server. These companies are using MySQL Server. MySQL Server. That is the two databases is the market right now. Okay, that is the reason. If you learn MySQL Server, you can use all those things. These three are same flavors. As of now, any questions?
MySQL is Oracle product, right?
Yes, I'll tell you. Yes, Oracle product as of now. Okay, I'll tell you. First, we need to know again MySQL Server, small history of this one. MySQL Server around 25 years back only it is started. 25 years back only it is started. Who has been introduced MySQL Server? Two fellows. One is Michael and David. These fellows around 1993, I think so, they started. These people are belongs to Swedish. Okay, MySQL has been started with these fellows, Michael and David, Swedish guys. They started MySQL Server. Okay, and they started with versions. We know that versions. Every database is having some versions, right? Even Android having versions like that. They started with MySQL Server 1.0. Like this, they started 2.0. Okay, they started working. First version, they introduced tables. Second version, they introduced some views. Third version, they introduced store procedures. Like this, keep on going. Okay, 3, 4, like this. Companies are not started. Okay, why? Because they won't believe. See, for example, if any apps coming, we won't believe, right? We can believe which product is popular. That app only we are believing. Same case, databases also same. 5.0. Like this. From 5.0 started using, some companies are started using around 2007 or around 2005. Okay, 2005 they started using MySQL Server, and they're supposed to go with 6, right? They're supposed to go with 6, but the thing is they are not started with 6, but they started with 5.1. Companies are started using around 2005-6. Some companies are started. 1 or 2 servers are they built test. Okay, this MySQL Server is a open source, completely open source. Means it is a GPL license. We'll call it as a general public license. You can get the code from the Google. If you go and see in GitHub, you can find out the MySQL Server code. Suppose if you have some money, you guys having somebody having money, you can also start the MySQL server, same copy you can start. For example, my name is Sharath, MySQL, I can do that. I can use that. I can build one more server. Okay, that is the benefit of open source. Now, these people, this Michael and David, what they did is, at some point of time, they don't have money. They sold to some company, some XY, ABC organization. They sold out. They started, and again that people also, they don't have money. They don't have money, and they sold to Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems. You guys know, a lot of people think are Java. These people product only. Sun Solaris operating system and MySQL Server. Okay, like this they started. This product, MySQL Server product, is Sun Microsystems. Once upon a time, they don't have money. Then Oracle purchased Sun Microsystems. Oracle acquired Sun Microsystems around 10 years back. That is the reason Java and Sun Solaris and MySQL Server belongs to Oracle now. That is the one more reason MySQL product has been more and more. Why? Because of they're doing huge marketing. If you do marketing right, any product will get success. Like this, now 5.2, 5.3, 5.4 means versions. This is the things it is going on. Okay, this company has been acquired by Oracle. Like parallelly, versions also coming. Based on the company, which company is handling that company, they release their version. Like this is continuing same. Now the market is in 5.7 version. Some companies are using this version. Some companies are using 7. But we are going to discuss 7. Okay, 7 is the popular version. All people are, as of now, they are using 5.7. Now latest, very latest also is there. That is called 5.8, right? You may think here they started with directly 8. No 6, no 7. Okay, 5.7 directly they came with 8 version. Now what happens is, see, MySQL Server, somewhat we have open source only. Open source only. I'll share you this notepad also later. Open source only, GPL. This Oracle product, right? Slowly what they did, they introduced enterprise edition, because they did some market and they did enterprise edition with free edition also. Free edition also is there. We'll call it as a CE, nothing but community edition. Enterprise edition, community edition. For example, 75 features are there. Example, I'm saying. In community edition, free edition, you have 65 features. Almost we have. Like this Oracle is started business enterprise. In this case, I told, right? The code has been developed, free code. You can get it from the Google. If you go and see in GitHub, you can find out the code also. You can find out the code also. Go here. Later I will show you. You can see MySQL Server GitHub. See. You can find out the complete code. All company has been Oracle company only. Oracle has been posted all those things, repositories, all those things. So all repositories. If you have some knowledge, pick out the code and you can develop your own database also. Packages, see here. login, and you can see all those things. It is there. See, open source C, C++, they developed with all code. You can able to find out. Same thing. They know the code, right? This company, what they did is Parkona's company, they copied the code. They started using Parkona MySQL Server. Once MySQL Server 5.7 version is started, they're taken the code copy and they will release MySQL Server 5.7. Now, okay, sorry, Parkona, right? Parkona MySQL Server. 8 version also came. 10 Parkona 8. These fellows are started. This fellow, Parkona Incorporation, this fellow, what is the futures? Future 75 futures is there, you want to buy, and free edition is 65 futures. Parkona server, this company, Parkona MySQL Server, complete 75 futures are free. Completely free. Most of the companies directly they are installing Parkona MySQL Server. Phone Pay, all our pay, whatever apps in your mobile, all comes under MySQL Server, Parkona MySQL Server only. Why? Because of completely free. Then you may get some doubt. Then why I need to learn MySQL Server? That directly I can learn Parkona. Yes, you can do that. But the foundation is MySQL Server only, right? If you know MySQL Server, you can handle Parkona, MariaDB, and Aurora. Okay, that is the reason. This is the foundation for MySQL Server. This Parkona Incorporation, what these fellows did, Parkona Incorporation, copy the code and they developed MySQL Server 5.7 and 8. If some other version comes also, they will copy the code and they will start. Like this, it is there. Now, any doubts as of now? Okay. Now, Michael and David, these fellows only, right? These fellows only introduced. These fellows only. Michael and David having huge money right now. They have money because they sold. Okay. They know the in and out of the MySQL Server. They captured some more improvements, They captured the improvements and they find out the drawbacks. And they developed the same code, copy the code, and they developed MariaDB. Who? These two people only. MariaDB belongs to MariaDB organization. This organization is running with these two fellows only. That is the reason MySQL Server, Parkona MySQL Server, MariaDB, all same. Versions will be changing. What these fellows did, up to 5.5 we have, right? Up to 5.5. MariaDB 5.5 like this, they have MariaDB. Here you can change with this name. They changed it with MariaDB. Like this they have. Then 5.5, 5.6 has to come, but they are the founders, they know in and out. Directly, they started with 10 version, 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 10.4. Current companies are using this one. Like this, MariaDB came across that. Then you may get one more doubt. MySQL Server is why they kept MySQL Server. Parkona company, Parkona MySQL Server. Why they changed it with Maria Server, directly MariaDP Servers. Okay, that is one more question. This Michael having two daughters. Michael having two daughters. Okay, these two daughters, first daughter name is My. Okay, My. They improvised with MySQL. SQL is a common structured query language, right? Server they kept. Second daughter name is Maria. That is the reason MariaDB server. Clear? Any questions? Okay. This is the naming convention. This Michael having two daughters. That is the reason. First daughter name is My. They improvised with MySQL server. Second daughter name is Maria. That is the reason MariaDB server 5 versions. Okay. Like this they came across. Now, one more. You guys are asking Aurora. Aurora is completely MySQL server only. Okay, I told, right, taken the code and they developed with MySQL. This is also who has been taken the code. AWS, Amazon has been taken the code, then they copied, they started Aurora DB. That's it. If you know MySQL server, then you can able to work on 4 flavors: MySQL server, Parkona server, MariaDB, and Aurora also. Concept is same to same, copy paste, because that is a GPL license, right? Like this, the history came across MySQL server, huge history. Most of the companies, most of the companies, they are using Parkona server. Some companies are using MariaDB. Some companies are using MySQL server. MariaDB also, we have MariaDB having enterprise edition. Enterprise is you need to buy. And community edition. Community edition is nothing but free edition. Free. Okay, in our session, we are going to see MySQL server plus Parkona also. Why? Because of Parkona is the market, huge market. If you learn MySQL server, you can able to work on Parkona and as well MariaDB as well as Aurora. All are same. Parkona, we don't have enterprise, completely free, no enterprise. And MariaDB and MySQL server, you can work on Windows. MariaDB, Windows and Linux. We are going to see on Linux only. Windows, no, very minimal companies they are using. Okay, same Windows with Linux, MySQL server also, but Parkona, no Windows, only Linux. Only Linux. On Linux flavor only, Parkona MySQL server are running. Which companies are almost, if you open any app in your mobile, companies are using MySQL server only or Postgres. Both, that's it. Only these in the market right now. If you go with PhonePe, Paytm, Book My Show, Ola, Uber, okay, and Intuit books are there. Some online books. They are using MySQL Server. Some banks, DBS, HSBC, okay, RBS, Royal Bank of Scotland, because all there everywhere my students are there. That is the reason I can able to say correctly. Okay. We are going to discuss on Linux platform. Okay, how we can able to do that? We can go with Oracle VirtualBox or VMware. Both you can use anything. Here, see this. VirtualBox is completely free. If you are using your company laptops also, you can install it. See, n number of machines have been installed. Okay, you can go with that. Very lightweight software, and you can install number of operating system internally. Okay, see, MariaDB server I installed. I'll show you MariaDB and I'll show you one by one. MariaDB server. If you start any server, I can start it. In our session, completely in-depth knowledge, no more theory. You can use this one also, MariaDB. I forgot the username. Let me start this. I'll show you both. Same to same, same to same. Okay, this is Ubuntu. Normally, Ubuntu is lightweight. Any operating system, you can use that. Been logging into the Ubuntu operating system. You can mention in your CVs, if you learn MySQL Server, Parkour server, you can mention your MariaDB also. I'm working like that. Why? Because of completely same, copy paste. Some features are there that we need to know. They won't ask mostly. See here, you can increase this size. Ask me later. Okay, I'm connecting MySQL Server. Root. Root is a super user. Password. Password. Like this, I want to connect. See, I connected with 5.7 MySQL Server. You can see 5.7 MySQL. Otherwise, you have so many commands are there. Show variables like version. See, what is this? 5.7 and Linux Ubuntu on top of that. Same, whatever you can see how I am connecting MySQL root something, right? Here also same thing. I will go to the MariaDB. CentOS, Red Hat, Linux, or bit slow. Okay, that is the reason you can learn in Ubuntu operating system. All are same only. See here. Open the terminal. You can increase the font size. Okay, MySQL -u root -p password. I forgot. Let me see MariaDB server 10.5. I'm using. We are need to go with 10.5. How? What command? See this command. Show variables like version. Same I'm using. Some component they are 10.5 like this. Here completely. Say here percentage if you give complete information. MariaDB version, Linux, open source, open SSL. I'll tell you SSL, all those things is there. Okay. And license. GPL means general public license. Here also same here. From scratch we are going to see from tomorrow. Sorry. License, right? I have to mention license. GPL. Okay. Like this we can go with whatever you want. Any database is enough. MySQL Server, if you go with same to same there also, Parkour server also. I'll show you. But we need to know Parkour, some important things are there that we need to know that. Okay. See, for example, I want to take a backup. You know that. How to take. What is meant by backup? What is meant by backup? Anybody can say?
To store data in a
You can store your data safely. Suppose if you want to take a WhatsApp backup also we have, right? Daily backup, weekly backup, something custom backup, instant backup also you can take. Same case in our database also we can take the backup. Okay. And we have some full backup is there. Physical backups, full backups is there. Full backup is there. Full backup, if you want to go with normal backup is there. Two types of backups is there. Full physical backup. Physically means completely that files keep it in that. In MySQL Server, we don't have. In physical backup, if you want to take that, you need to go with no free edition. Okay. In this case, what you can do, this is MySQL Server. No free edition. In this case, you have to go with MEB. MEB is nothing but MySQL Enterprise Backup. MySQL Enterprise Backup. This is very costly, approximately $5,000 per subscription. $5,000. Okay. Now, MariaDB, 3 servers, right? 3 flavors are there. This is Parkour, MySQL, free edition. In MariaDB. No free edition here also. In this free edition, no physical backup. No physical backup. Here you can use, which utility you have to use? MEB. Means MariaDB Enterprise Backup. They have huge money, these fellows. That is the reason. Same, they're maintaining enterprise versions also to develop their company. Okay, that is the reason. Now here free, here also free. That utility we'll call it as a extra backup. Extra backup utility means MEB is a utility. MEB is a utility. MySQL Enterprise Backup utility. MariaDB extra backup utility. Here also will be, it is working. Here the thing is, this is supporting this one. This is supporting this one. This database is supporting this one. Okay, that is the thing. Now, see, this one is supporting this one. This one is support. This MEB won't support this server. This server also it won't support. MEB, if you install here, this won't support. Here it won't support. Here also it won't support. This one also it won't support here. It won't support here. But the thing is, that is the why I'm saying Parkour server is important in our syllabus we have. See, Parkour server and extra backup installation configuration of this one. Incremental.
I think it's like a monitoring tool, right?
That is monitoring also is there. It is monitoring tool also is there. And moreover, database also is there. Parkour is one of the monitoring tool company. Okay, lot of you can monitor Parkour, Postgres, MySQL Server, MongoDB, all you can able to monitor in Parkour. Okay, this enterprise extra backup will be supported to this one, and it will be supported to this one. That is the good option we have. Some company is running. Some company, this database is running with MySQL past 5 years. Okay, client is asking, I want to go with physical backups. In that case, no physical backup. You need to buy MEB. You need to buy MEB for this server. See, MEB, right? This is open source JPL. It won't support physical. MEB, I have to go with that. In that case, you can install this utility, only this utility, to take a full backup in the server. That is the benefit of extra backup utility. Extra backup utility in MySQL Server. If you keep in your resume, you'll become a hotcake. Okay, nobody won't teach Parkour server because they don't know. A lot of people don't know. Okay, in this we have very good options are there. All those things we'll be discussing from tomorrow. I will install Linux operating system tomorrow. On top of Linux operating system, we'll see some basic commands because a lot of SQL Server DBAs, they don't know. Some people freshers also there. That is the reason. Some small session on copy, how to copy one machine to some basic commands what we are working on Windows. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Same timing will be continuing from tomorrow as usual timings. Share your email ID to me. Okay, view the recording